Hello and welcome back to the 27th episode of our still unnamed survival series. My name is Red Skies and today we are going to be scratching one thing off of our to-do list. One of the bigger things, I think. What are we gonna be doing today? I'm thinking... This, right here. We're gonna clear a space in our nether for our gold farm. Typically, gold farms would actually be built on the nether roof, but unfortunately, we are in the bedrock version. This means we can't actually build anything on the nether roof. We have to dig out a space to make it efficient. So I'm gonna grab my beacon and its base, and we're gonna hop into the nether and dig a giant hole. I do want this to be a very efficient gold farm, so we are gonna be taking out a lot of space from our nether. Here we are in my nether, and we actually have quite a bit to do in here. I need to figure out where exactly this netherway starts and stops, and then I need to figure out exactly where I want to put this giant hole we're gonna dig. I've been having a look around, and this is honestly a really large nether waste biome. It runs right next to this crimson forest, then cuts off at this soul speed valley, then it takes a right and cuts off at this basalt delta. If I remember right, this bastion is also in our nether waste biome, but it shoots back a little bit further into another soul sand valley, and then cuts right back around to the crimson forest. I want to build this gold farm in the nether waste biome because zombified piglins are what we're going to be trying to farming, and they are the mob that primarily spawns in the nether waste biome. In the bedrock edition, piglins do spawn more frequently than in Java, but that's something that we can work around. Now that I know where I want to dig the hole and I've gotten my beacon set up, I am fully prepared to spend a few hours digging out my nether. Yes, hello, hi. I am me from the future, and this time lapse was gonna be way too long to fit in this episode, so I'm just gonna show you guys the important parts. I've been digging for a while here, and it is taking so much longer than I thought it would. It's been probably about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and I'm only about a quarter of the way done with this. I still need to bring it out to this line over here. This is a crazy distance away. This might not be done in today's episode. This is kind of insane. And I still need to go underneath the lava and above the netherrack ceiling. This might have been too much. Well, I've gone quite a bit further, and I'm now down to the lava lake level, and this took a very long time. I don't actually think I'm gonna dig to bedrock today. I think I'm definitely gonna save that for another time. I'm gonna be mining out this right half down to lava lake level, and I think we're gonna call that good. This is gonna be a pretty big farm, and for the size of it, I do need to have the bedrock exposed just to fit the farm. And I am done. This was a massive project that I completely underestimated. This took a while. Yeah, did not expect that. This is what I have so far. This is a 100 by 100 block space of pretty much empty nether. I will be getting rid of this lava lake and all of this netherrack eventually. I want to take the ceiling and the floor completely to bedrock, 100% barren and void of all netherrack. Bedrock is a very easy way to make an entire area spawn-proof because it's non-spawnable. I did have an idea for this area and the theme that I wanted to make my nether hub, but I don't think I'm actually going to do that. I don't think it's going to fit very well with my overworld, and I think the overall color palette is just going to clash because it's too similar to what I'm going to be doing in the overworld and with my city. So I've been doing some thinking about what I want to do, and I don't really have any ideas. I know that there's a floor I want to try and make. I don't really know of a world or a realm that's going to fit seamlessly with my idea and my city for my overworld, and I really don't want to build tunnels through my nether. Now we're going to change up the pace a little bit. I still need to do a lot over here at our base, but before we can move forward, we need to find some new blocks. We need to find some badlands and get some terracotta. I really need this block. I know we looked for the badlands biome earlier on in the series, but I couldn't find literally anything. And I looked within a 5,000 by 5,000 block radius of this building, and it had no badlands. That's a problem. So I'm gonna fly out in that same general area again, see if I missed something, and maybe fly out a little farther as well. I don't really know what we're gonna be doing if we can't find some Badlands. I'm kind of banking on that a little bit, and I really don't want to explore anything past 5,000. I've been trying to hold off on exploring since 1.18 is gonna change up all the terrain, but I really need to find a Badlands, so if it comes to it, we're gonna explore more. So I guess let's go exploring. I think I'm gonna start off by flying in this direction. There are a few structures I also want to take a look at on this trip. I saw these formations on my last exploration trip, and I wrote down the coordinates because I thought they were cool. I want to go back and take a look at them just in case I might be able to use them for something interesting in the future. This is definitely one of those spots that I like. I was thinking in the future, once I finish this city, I would like to add a few more, I don't know, references to mythology and fantasy genres. I was thinking that this area could be some form of dwarven area. This little thing right here could be some form of statue, like the dwarves carved out a statue from this rock, outlooking their stretch of sea. I don't know. I thought it would be something cool. I saw this formation and the same dwarven idea kind of came out, and I think I like the other location a little bit better, but I would love to hear your thoughts on the idea itself and your preference on location. Oh? Is that what I think it is? It is. It's a Badlands. Oh my gosh, this is exactly what we were looking for. This is really close to where we were looking before. How did I miss this? I must have flown like right past it. This is honestly kind of incredible. And it keeps going. Seriously, how did I miss this? We aren't gonna need any more terracotta at all. This place is loaded with it. Well, I guess we know where it is now, so we can actually turn this into a fast travel spot, set up another portal, and I guess set up a little base home away from home, right? Eventually, I'm gonna be taking a lot of this terracotta. I have a lot of designs that use this terracotta. We might even use it in our nether hub, who's to say? But now that we have it, we can use it for, oh my gosh, there's even an ice biome. This is perfect. We can set up a few more farms here. We can come here for our ice and our terracotta. Honestly, I don't know how I missed this. This is a great place. My nether hub will eventually come out here, but it's honestly not that far away from the house. So I think we'll just fly there and back for now. So let's fly back, grab a whole bunch of shulker boxes, and then maybe come back and gather up a whole bunch of terracottas in a few different colors. Aside from the shulker boxes we're grabbing, I'm also going to be grabbing a beacon, some obsidian for a nether portal, maybe some general building materials to maybe make a small base. I'm definitely going to be bringing a bed. I think we're going to make a small little base away from our base because I feel like we're going to be here a lot. I know eventually I'm going to need a lot of yellow terracotta, so I'm going to go ahead and grab as much as I can of that, but we're going to be primarily grabbing the undyed terracotta. That way we can dye it ourselves whatever color we need it to be. Most of this terracotta is probably going to be going to my mega base and the city and the surrounding areas. I do have a few projects in my mind for the future I want to try, but I don't, that was my last rocket. I don't have any more rockets. I'm very far away from home now. Maybe there's some sugarcane somewhere in this desert, and maybe some creepers will spawn? I don't know. You know what, we're just gonna land back at this village and sleep for the night, and focus on this problem in the morning. Good morning from Acacia Town. It's a bright and sunny day, but unfortunately this day has started with a problem. This is not my home, and I kinda wanna go home, so I'm gonna pick a direction and start walking there. This is definitely gonna take me a little bit because we are 3,000, if not more, blocks from our home. I think that's a river. That is a river. Maybe we should actually make a boat? Yeah, I'm thinking we should make a boat. I think there's a fairly large ocean biome between here and my home, so the boat might make this go a little bit faster than just walking. But I'm gonna make sure that I remember my rockets for the next trip out here. Now that I actually have a boat and a crafting table, I think I'm gonna go ahead and pick up all the sugarcane I see on the side of these riverbanks, and maybe go monster hunting at night, see if we can get some gunpowder to make some more rockets. Seems kinda like the smartest thing to do. Avoid the zombies and get the sugarcane. Avoid the zombies and get the sugarcane. I wanna get the sugarcane because I wanna go home. I wanna go home because I don't wanna be eaten by zombies. I've already walked quite a long way, so these rockets aren't gonna make that big of a difference. But honestly, I would just want to avoid the mobs. I'm not too good at combat in this game. If I get swarmed by mobs, I probably won't last very long in hard mode. I am not good at combat. But honestly, that wasn't too bad. That didn't take near as long as I thought it would to actually get back to our home area. But it's still not something I'd like to do again. But I might go back and visit Acacia Town sometime. Okay, noted for next time, definitely bring more rockets. We kinda need those. But this time it should be a quick jaunt there now that we actually know where we're going. So I shouldn't need that many rockets. I'm gonna be bringing a lot anyway, as well as an ender chest to put a few things in. But I guess I'm gonna go grab a few bits and bobs and prepare for mining. We're gonna get a lot of terracotta. I've gathered up everything we need. A few pickaxes, a beacon, a bunch of rockets, all stored away in my ender chest, and we've definitely grabbed some obsidian so we can put up a nether portal in this area. We're gonna be frequenting this place quite a bit. But now that we're actually in the Badlands, we need to pick out a spot to set up shop and put up our nether portal. I'm thinking a place where we can get easy access to all colors, red, yellow. Actually, this might be kind of a good spot. We have all the colors here, and it's mostly the undyed terracotta, which I like. I'm thinking this spot. This looks like a good spot. You know, I'm trying to think of what I could actually use this orange terracotta for, but I can't really think of anything. But I think this is where we're gonna set things up for now. I've got my portal lit, my beacon's gonna be somewhere over there, and I think we're just about ready to go for a bit of a mining session. I'm thinking that I might build something cool over in this area. I feel like I'm gonna be back here quite a bit, especially for the ice biome. I do really like terracotta and I want to use it more. It's quite the handy decorative block. But now I think it's about time that I set up my beacon and start this mining session. And this is our loot. Oh, not that box. That's my trash box. We've got 2 shulker boxes of undyed terracotta, 1 shulker box of yellow. I'm going to use a lot of this terracotta. We've also got a random terracotta box, but we are going to be making a lot of that light gray terracotta. That is what we are going to be using for our base. So I'm going to gather these up and plop them into my ender chest. And then we're gonna head back home and maybe add some things to our mega base. We're gonna take our nether back. I wanna see if I can find a quick and easy path to get to and from this area in the nether. This shouldn't take too long. The nether is smaller than the overworld and I have enough rockets, I think. We'll find out, I guess. Why do I always spawn in nether waste biomes? This is really weird. This is kinda cool. It's like a Soul Sand Valley cave. Going into a crimson forest and into a wall of lava. That's kind of cool. That's natural. That's crazy. I'm pretty sure we're getting close now. If I remember right, our portal is pretty dang close to 0, 0. And we're getting there. but I'm not exactly sure where it is. Oh, we're here. Okay, we're back. That wasn't too bad. We could very easily mine a path over there. That's actually not that bad. That's very doable. Well, I just realized I made a bit of a mistake. I needed light gray concrete and not light gray terracotta. So I have made a shulker box filled with light gray concrete powder, and I need a quick way to turn it into light gray concrete. So I'm gonna be tinkering away with some redstone, trying to figure out how to make a concrete powder converter. I've never actually made one before, and I've always thought they were pretty cool. So I guess now is the time to try and make one. I think I'm gonna need a redstone torch, some redstone dust, and maybe a lot of pistons. I'm gonna try and make a few smart piston pushers. The only versions of these that I've seen have been in the Java version, so I'm not quite sure how well this is gonna translate, but I'm gonna give it a shot anyway. I have gone and gathered up a few resources for this concrete converter. This isn't gonna be too fancy, just a few regular pistons and some exposed redstone. This probably isn't gonna stay around too often. We might make a better one in the future, but for now, this is gonna be really simple. I think for now I'm going to dedicate this little corner of our village to temporary farms. I don't really have any plans to put things here, and we'll just use this space as I need it. Eventually I will be making a permanent concrete converter, but that's really once I learn how to make these. Since I've never really made a concrete converter, I'm going to go ahead and play around with some mechanics and see if I can figure out how to do this 100% by myself. I'm not sure how I want to do this water. I want it stationary so that when a block in front of it gets moved, it won't potentially leak out and break the farm. Yeah, that works. I think we'll try and work around that. It seems to do exactly what I want it to, and it seems pretty stable. I think I'm gonna raise this water up by 1 block. I still need to get a redstone torch, like right here, and I don't think it'll break the torch. No, perfect. All right, I'm gonna get rid of this cobblestone. I don't think we need it. And I'm gonna place this above the torch. That shouldn't do anything either. Fantastic. So I know where I want my concrete to be placed. I have my redstone torch there, and I think if I remove this concrete and place another one, that torch should power the piston to the right. I'm gonna play around with this a little bit and see if this actually works, but that's kind of the principle I'm basing this farm off of. This is the configuration I went with. I couldn't actually power the piston through the block, so I had to add some redstone dust to the side of the block to power the piston. And there's one very similar over here that powers all of these pistons as well. This will come out to a 12 by 10 block of concrete, which isn't much, but it definitely makes this whole process just a little bit faster. I've been doing this for about 10 minutes now, and I have about a half a shulker box. So I'm thinking I want at least a full shulker box so I can actually build most of the base and not have to do this again. Eventually I am going to make a TNT powered concrete converter. I just don't really know when, but it is going to happen. Concrete is one of my favorite blocks, and I would really like to use it a lot more in this world. So I've got almost a full shulker box of concrete now, and we're just going to go ahead and take this over to our base. I'm going to have a little spot over there to keep all my base resources. This is everything I've brought over for the base. We've got dark prismarine for sedification, some bone blocks, as well as the light gray concrete that we just made. We have a whole bunch of silk touch coal blocks and some stone bricks, as well as some smooth stone, which are going to be turning into cobblestone as well. I'm going to be trying something a little new with this base, or at least new to me. I am a huge fan of gradients, and I'm a huge fan of randomized textures in buildings, and I'm going to try and mix the two ideas into something kind of different. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out, or even if I'm going to like it, but I think that it's a neat thing to attempt with this base. If I can actually pull it off and make it look good, I think it's going to bring a lot to the table in terms of detail and texture for this base. Now that we have almost all of the resources I need to finish this base, I think I'm going to call it an episode right here. If you liked what you saw, feel free to tune into the next episode because I'll be updating. I'm going to be moving to the 1.17 update and checking out all of its new features and seeing what we can add and incorporate into the base. I think it's going to be a pretty fun time, and honestly, I'm really excited to check out all the new features, so if you're at all interested in that, feel free to check it out. But for now, my name is Red Skies. I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye. If you made it this far, thank you. I really appreciate it. And as always, if you have any tips or tricks for using DaVinci Resolve or video editing in general, leave a comment down below. I would love to hear it. And speaking of the editing, I'm going to try and keep all of my videos around 20 minutes long from here on out. I feel like overall it's just going to be better and it's a little bit more enjoyable instead of having to watch a 25-minute long video. So I hope you enjoy that, but for now, goodbye.